he wants to invest in a particular business, when he wants to invest in a, business, in a founder, in a startup, basically. I'll quickly tell all the listeners, the viewers, couple of things which are on the higher side of importance. That does not mean the other points are not important, but first and foremost, the investor will see what is the kind of problem that the founder is solving. Okay, is there a genuine problem in the market? Is there a need for that product or that service in the market which the founder has really come up with a solution? He's come up with some kind of service which is solving a customer's problem. Okay, is there a particular problem which needs to be solved, which needs to be attended to? Is there a need in the market for this product? Okay, so that is a very, very important thing which any investor would definitely see. Okay, if there is no need only, then how will this product be able to grow? How will the business be able to grow? If there is no need, if there are no customers who are wanting this product, why will this business grow and how will it grow, right? So that's the first and the foremost thing which the investors will see. The second important thing which investors see is the founder's execution capabilities. I stress over this point very often, on many of on all the social media platforms that we are present, like LinkedIn or anything, that execution beats the idea. Okay. Now, whatever I mean by that is the investors will want to see how well the founder has been able to execute his idea and his plan. Okay. There is one thing to dream about it, dream about some product, about some business, probably at night while sleeping, in your dreams, or during the day also, you're thinking, you're talking to your friend about some idea, something or the other thing you're doing. That is just one part of it. And it's, trust me, it's very, very less. It's just like 4-5% of the actual business that you're trying to build. Okay. Then the important thing is, have you been able to execute something? Is there something on the ground? What someone can see? Forget an investor, what even you can see. Okay. What is there something on the ground that you can show to your to your customers, to your investors? Basically, what is it that you can actually showcase to the investors? That gives the investors that confidence. Okay, this is something which is good. This is something which is, the founder has certain kind of executional capabilities. Okay, he is not just ke hawe mein teer chhod raha hai, khali, he's just talking and he's not walking his talk. So it should not be like that. That is the whole crux. That these are the two very important things as far as an investment in a startup or a business is concerned. With my experience that I've learned, these two are the very, very important things that an investor would see.
So you mean to say that creativity plays a huge role when it comes to startup funding?
Yeah, it's not creativity. It's the founder's vision and the kind of the product that he's building. Okay, and it's his actual execution capacity. Okay, kya is he just talking? Is he just talking? Is he just discussing his ideas, or is he actually going and executing that plan? By executing, I mean is that, are you running a business? If you have an app, okay, do you have any users? Have you yet executed the app? Is the app live on iOS or on Play Store or whatever it is? Is it working? Is it operational? How much of that product have you built? How many customers you have? What is your revenue also in one manner? Okay. What is the business that you have done? Have you been able to execute? So on idea, no one will fund you, because that's really very, extra that we are asking as founders from any investor. Like, say it's someone's hard-earned money, right? No one is going to just put in the money एक idea के basis पे. But it's very difficult in today's time, more so, it's like you have to be practical that if you can execute something, definitely I can understand the business more and plan to probably invest in it also. So execution, I keep using this line: execution beats idea.
So Devansh, what should the entrepreneurs keep in mind? Like how in on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest, how important is the team that startup has in place?
I think it's very important. Like the team that you built from day one, and along with the team, the kind of culture you build in the team and in your firm. Okay, that is very, very important. Team obviously plays a very important role. They are definitely looking to, someone like, I'll just take our example. We generally look for people who are passionate and hungry to, learn about things and to grow, who are young, who are hungry, who are passionate. That is what matters the most. Okay, because qualification on all those things are really secondary. Also, it can come little bit secondary, but that hunger, that passion to really know about certain things, that inquisitiveness, that curiosity to learn, to gain more knowledge, to talk to outside people, to talk to third party people and gain more knowledge, to learn new skills, to update yourself with the new knowledge every now and then. Those all are the things which a team should be having, right? That is very, very important. And the very other important part in a team is the integrity. So you need to understand the integrity of a person when you're hiring someone. That's of course without saying, because without integrity, of course, it's not like that person will really, if he does not have integrity, you are bound to probably, hire someone who might cheat on you or on your organization at a later date. So, you need to have someone who has integrity, who has that hardworking passion within him. So yes, the team does matter, and for investors also, the team matters. That what kind of a team that you are working with. So yes, it is very
So,
important.
Devansh, one question like, for most businesses, they start off as solopreneurs and they continue to be solopreneurs for quite some time. So, unless they have partners, because a single entrepreneur finds it a little difficult to pay other team members and bring them on board. So in that case, what is the minimum number of team members that startups look for कि मतलब इतने members हों तो they will fund, otherwise they feel that this is just one person show and they will not be interested?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't feel there is a minimum criteria for any investors. ऐसा कोई thumb rule नहीं है. But at the same time, investors would not want to fund someone who has just two people or one person as a solopreneur or just two partners working. So obviously, usko fund करना it becomes difficult. But at the same time, even if you have a 5-member team, the investors fund. If you have a 4-member team, also investors have funded. It's not that they have a thumb rule. पर 1 या 2 में थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. But yes, of course, after 4, you get the funds also, so you can invest that funds in new hiring, because of course you want to hire. You are raising funds also to expand your team, to expand your organization, so that you can grow much more. So you are raising funds to do all these things only. But yes, as a solopreneur, it becomes really tricky and difficult for an investor to actually gauge कि इसने अभी तक किया क्या है. So that's how it is. So solopreneur is little bit difficult, but other than that, I think there is no thumb rule per se. आपके पास 4 जन है, 5 जन है, 3 है, चलेगा. I mean,
So, Devansh, from your experience, um, what do you feel team members, because initially for startups, they can't pay huge salaries. So, do they bring in
yeah,
interns?
yeah.
Yeah, how do you, because you run a company which provides financial services, so you would know that how do they manage that the finances, they do need people. So initially team members को on board लाने के लिए and they can't pay huge amounts, how do they bring people on board?
I agree. So there are three things what you can do out here. Okay. The first and the foremost thing, when you start up as a entrepreneur, when you are going out, okay, you need to have certain amount of capitals saved with you. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप 3 दोस्त मिलके आपने स्टार्ट कर लिया और तीनों के पास जीरो जीरो रुपीज है. Okay. So it cannot work like that. You need to have some capital if you are a singlepreneur, or if you're a solopreneur, or if you have two partners you are starting together. Uh, you need to have capital at least for the next 4 to 6 months to run your business. Whether it's by way of hiring someone, who शायद वो आप you use that fund to hire, you use that funds to market, to do run some ads, to run some campaigns or whatever, or to build your product, you need the funds. Okay, to give it to some technology agency जो आपके लिए website बनाए, app बनाए, etc. So you need to have a 4 to 6 month capital for sure before you start a business. Without that, it becomes really lame कि आप 0 rupees say you're going into the business and you don't have anything. There is, no one is going to help you just like that for the sake of helping. You need to have that capital. That's the first
So you need
4 to 6 months runway.
Okay.
Create a plan, create a budget. You need to, yeah. Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Devansh?
Yeah, but your voice is breaking, Khadija.
Okay. Okay, when it breaks, I will just write in the chat box and you can continue. So, what is the minimal amount of time?
So that's just
And some investors, they want businesses that have been running for at least 3 years, because at least in our country, Pakistan mein aise hi hai ki if you haven't been in operation for about 3 years, they're not ready to fund. So how is it like in India, and how do you suggest what should it be?
So see, yes, I don't know. There's no time frame. Again, for angel investors, there is no time frame. But yes, you should be. Again, there's no thumb rule. Okay, it should be 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. You need to be a startup. Even 4-year-old startups we've just funded right now. A 2-year-old startup we have funded. So there is no time frame per se. कोई thumb rule नहीं है. But yes, before you go to the investors, you need to build that traction on your own. You need to bootstrap your company, your startup, and build that traction. Okay. That bootstrapping is very important. That phase is called the bootstrapping phase. When you are investing your own funds initially, then the funds out of your revenue, out of your profit, you are reinvesting into your business. That is called bootstrapping. So you need to do those things in order to, reach to a level where then an investor can actually look at you. Okay, now he requires the funds to scale up. Otherwise, he'll keep growing at this minimal rate only. If he wants to grow higher, which I also want to invest in that growth phase, I need to invest like that. So that is very important, that you need to take a company till a certain level. Now that certain level might happen in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, anything. Okay, it depends from business to business, sector to sector. Thoda traction.
जब आप certain level कहते हो, is it like a certain?
It can be revenue, it can be users.
Okay.
Yes, revenue, it can be revenue. It can be calculated by way of users, traction, daily active users, monthly active users, profitability, it can be anything. So all these are metrics, different kind of metrics, which you can gauge the startup by. That how much has he been able to accomplish till date.
So
Yeah.
you just have to build a good sales pitch. To pitch your business. So one more thing, Devansh, you do business planning as well, help people make business plans too. So do the investors look at the business plan as a document, or do they just look at the pitch deck only?
No, so they will look at the pitch deck also and at the business plan also. Because business plan gives a detailed financial vision of the founder, that how he wants to scale up the business, what's his revenue model, in-depth analysis of the revenue model, in-depth analysis of the cost model, in-depth analysis of the cash flow, of the P&L, of the valuation, okay, of the break-even point analysis, the company's products. I need to know my margins and all the four products. So we need to go in detail while preparing that business plan before you send anything to the investor. So that is of most important. The documents, the first and foremost is the business plan. What we call it is like the Bible for us and for the investors that we deal with also. And then it is the pitch deck. So both are very important. Both needs to be done completely. You should not really.
Devansh is not.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Uh, yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I just got disconnected. Yeah. So both business plan and the pitch deck, very important documents. I would give little bit higher preference to the business plan initially and then to the pitch deck. But both are equally important in a sense. Without having both of them, I don't think it would be possible to actually go to the investors.
Hmm. So, one more thing finally before we wrap up. Devansh, for instance, if a startup has a great idea, they are solving a huge problem. So, what do you think can go wrong or put the investors off from a business that has a good idea? But what other factors can work against them? Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Devansh? Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, Khadija.
Yes. So, for
Yeah.
instance, if a business has a great idea and they are solving a huge problem, uh, then what can go wrong? What potential things can put off investors? Is it Could it be the attitude of the entrepreneur or the team, or what other aspects, or a poorly presented business plan? The most common things, as you have helped a lot of startups, what have you observed? The ones that do not win the funds, where do they normally go wrong?
I think a poorly prepared business plan and a poorly executed business plan is a very big red flag for an investor. That is where we try to help the founders also with by preparing that efficient business plan so that it goes to the investor in the right context that it should be going, because we understand the investor's mindset.
Hmm.
But the founders, for them, it is little bit difficult. It is tricky for obvious reasons because they are focused on their operations, their business, their technology. But we come from that background. We understand that what all the things are there which the investor wants to see in your business, in your plan. So we try to merge both the views, both the perspectives, like the founder's vision and the investor's perspective also. And then we try to portray it to an investor in a manner in which he wants to see, not in a manner in which I want to show, in what he wants to see. That is where
You fill the
a
gap.
properly prepared and a executed business plan matters the most. That is very important.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is very important. Yes.
Yes. So, since we're almost wrapped up, any questions? Do we have any questions?
Sorry.
I'm just looking for questions from the audience. No, we don't have any questions. So, anything before we leave, Devansh, that you would like to add that you feel can really help startups and, help them raise funds?
I can't hear you, Khadija. Your voice is
Uh,
breaking.
yes, I'm saying before we sign off, are there any more tips that you feel can help startups?
Uh, Tips in the sense I can just share my experience. I think something which startups can really work upon, or founders should really work upon, is not only just the product, but to get that product known in the market. There is one very famous quote, which says that the best product does not win, the best known product wins in the marketplace. So just don't work on the product day in, day out, like the technology, product, etc. That is important, but invest a lot of the time also on to make the product known, like to market yourself, to do personal branding, to do company branding, product branding. So that is where somewhere I feel that many of the founders lack that skill to put that product out in the market. They are very good at developing it, but to make it known to the people, they lack those skills. So I would say do more and more of those stuffs also. Just don't be dependent. Okay, organically your product is good. You feel it is good because every parent feels their child is the best child out there. The most sincere child, hardworking child. That is what happens with a startup founder. We all believe our product is the best, but it's always the most known product that wins and not the best product. So you need to make your product known to the marketplace. And that is when I think, that is one tip which I would like to share with our viewers, whoever is watching your viewers. It's very, very important for them to make their product known.
Okay. And also, does personal branding versus the company branding matter more, or are they equally important?
I think they are equally important. It depends on the kind of the business that you are in. If you are in a service oriented business, I think personal branding matters a lot. If you are in a product oriented business, I think the product branding matters more. So it really depends on what kind of business
Right.
you are in. If you're
Okay.
selling a software, it's a product, you need to market that software. You know, if
Okay.
you're selling a service, then you need to market yourself, because people buy that service because of you, because of
Exactly.
your face value, your brand value.
Yes.
So
Credibility.
that is how it can be differentiated. Yeah,
Mm.
credibility, very important.
Yes.
Get
Oh,
more visible, get more credible, get more engagement with your audience. Whatever you can do more and more of those stuff.
mm. Okay, thank you so much, Devansh, for coming here tonight and helping us with all these wonderful
Thank you.
insights.
Thanks a lot.
I'm sure they've helped entrepreneurs a lot too. Thank you. Very good evening to you and all those who are watching. And
Thank you. Thank you.
have a
Thanks a
great
lot.
weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, Khadija, for calling me. Same to you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye.